Hey guys!
I'm Issa,
And I'm Sam.
and welcome back to Likewise Pod.
About whatever we want.
And last week I thought it was so good, just like wrapping up 2020, reflecting a little bit, and I loved the talks. I mean, the super long food talk, that was fun.
I agree. My dad was actually saying he felt like we shouldn't have been talking for as long as we were to talk about this year. He was like, how did you have that much to talk about? And I was like,
We always find a way. Oh my gosh. And last week we teased a little bit about a special guest this week, and literally Sam and I have been talking about this for months, and I finally reached out. Our special guest this week is Bella Yaden. So iconic. Everyone at Wazoo knows her. Yeah, so I finally reached out like probably 2-3 weeks ago, and then she's like, oh my gosh, yes. I was like, oh, no way. So that's how we're here. Thought it'd be a great way to start 2021 with Bella on the pod. So Bella, if you want to like introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah, hey guys. Thank you so much for having me on. Like, I'm literally so excited to be here. I'm so nervous. I've never done a podcast before. But I'm so pumped to be here. So basically, I went to Wazoo with Issa and Sam, so we all know each other through our sorority. And then Issa and I did the second season of The Fractular together. So yeah, that's a little about me and how I fit into this.
But don't worry, Bella, I'm sure this is just first of many podcast appearances for you. So.
Oh God, you're so sweet.
Alrighty, so before we get into any more great content, Sam, do you want to get us started with your roses and thorns of the week?
yeah, I will. Mine are a little boring. I'll start with my thorn, which is that I have too much stuff packed and it like does not fit in my dad's truck, which is what we're taking to move me to Pullman tomorrow. And yeah, all I have left to pack is like my backpack with like my computer, like everything I'm using right now to record. I have to pack up after this, and then like all my makeup, have not touched it. And there's like absolutely no room, so we'll see what's happening with that in the morning. But my rose is that like everything's kind of starting to like still feel complete though, and like I'm ready to move, so excited to move back and see my roommate. But yeah, that's it. It's kind of boring.
Let's see. A rose is that I got like 5 days off work this week. I got like such a long break because we knocked out all of our orders early, so that was a nice surprise because I thought I'd have to work on New Year's Eve, but I didn't, so that was nice. And then a thorn is that the Canadian border is still closed, and it's my best friend's birthday up in Canada, and I can't see her, but it's okay. Celebrate afterwards.
Oh my gosh. That's so sad. But like, it'll be fun to finally reunite eventually.
I know, I feel like it'll just be so crazy when like the border reopens.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. Okay, so my thorn, I'll start with my thorn because it's ridiculous. But I've been watching Station 19 with my mom, and just because like we watch Grey's Anatomy, and whenever there's like a Station 19 Grey's crossover, we're really confused. So we started watching it and really like it, but people keep dying, and I get so emotionally attached to like TV characters, so I keep crying. And so I rung in the new year by crying because someone died. I love my life. Like I just cry hysterically. It's really bad. And then I get into this cycle where I'm crying, but then I'm laughing at myself because it's so ridiculous that I'm crying. But then I cry even more the more I think about the like character that died. Yeah. I'll move on from that. My rose is literally this. Like, I know I've already talked about this so much. Bella, you're probably so tired of hearing me say that I'm so stoked about this, but I'm so stoked about this. And I'm just glad to start the new year with such an inspiration. And then also, Harry Styles' Treat People with Kindness video came out January 1st. So good. Great start to 2021, and I have a newfound appreciation for the song. Haha. Because usually I kind of skip that song because I'm just tired of the chorus. But now I won't.
No, I'm like literally so honored to even like be here. I'm so stoked for this. Like, I know we have so much to cover. Like, just between like what we talk about, like day to day, like we just have so much to cover.
Oh my gosh.
We love personality types. Do you happen to know any of your personality types?
Yes. Okay, what do we have? We have like there's like 3 main ones. It's like your horoscope. I've been listening to your other podcasts. So it's the Myers-Briggs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Enneagram, and then your like star sign. So it's so funny. I got really into astrology during quarantine because I was so bored. So I am a Taurus sun, a Leo moon, and a Sagittarius rising.
Sag rising gang. Ooh. Love that.
I feel like those are like super chaotic together because they're all opposite.
Yeah, like Taurus and Leo are very like.
Yeah, and like I think I feel like I confuse people because people always say to me, they're always like, "Oh, you're just super not how I thought you would be." You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like I think I'm different when you like talk to me versus when you just see me like running around. And I think that has to do with like my sun and my moon and my rising. Because they're like complete opposites. And then my Enneagram, I'm a 7.
I knew it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I like don't know those very well, but I know I'm a 7.
Yeah, so type 7 is the enthusiast, and they just love like doing new things, exploring new places, like just having all the experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And literally that's you to a T. So I was like, she's a 7.
I love it. And then I think my wing is an 8.
Ooh.
But I'm not 100% sure how the wing works. And then my second, like one that I scored the most in was a 3. So I'm like a 7 or a 3. Yeah. And
those
then
are like my top 2 too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 3 and then 7.
Oh my god, look at us go. And then my Myers-Briggs, okay, so it like changed because I was something different when I was a freshman than I am now. So when I was a freshman, I was an ENFJ, which I don't know what that means, the protagonist. And then now I'm an ENTP, the debater.
Oh.
Mm.
And I don't know what that means, but...
Yeah, I don't entirely know Myers-Briggs that much. But Sam loves Myers-Briggs.
Yeah, I know it like pretty well. I'm an ENFP. Well, I see it's like hard because it's like I know mine super well. Like I don't know a lot about like J's and S's, but like
stand for like honestly. Wait, did you guys do this thing? The Spotify like putting
the one where it roasts
Yeah.
you. It's so funny. It's so funny.
That's so funny. Oh
what
my
did you
gosh.
guys get? Because I feel like this is a whole nother personality type in itself. So
Wait,
I
hold on.
want to know what you guys got.
I
Oh my
need to
God.
find mine. It was so funny. I was laughing so hard. I was like, oh my gosh. Literally, oh, where is it? Oh, I found it. So like, oh my gosh. Your Spotify was get into fights on Twitter, posters on your bedroom wall, pop Swiftie fangirl bad.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Like, I literally have posters on my bedroom wall.
That really did it.
But I don't get into fights on Twitter. That scares me.
Mine was your Spotify was folklore, evermore, Dumbledore, witch pop, OMG, high school is over, succulent, growing, indie pop bad. So.
Oh my god,
It really
that one
came
was
from me.
really specific. That was like really specific.
That's so funny.
Like Instagram your tent at sunset bad. That's so funny.
That's hella funny. Mine was your Spotify was sad sack Drake trap house goes to church hungover bad.
Oh wow.
I know, and I was like, well, first of all, I don't drink, so that doesn't work. But anyways, do you guys listen to grime? That's such a weird question.
Not really.
I've like heard it just from TikTok. That's like the only time I ever hear.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, I think that's all my personalities.
How was your 2021 New Year's Eve, New Year's Day? How is it like different from others? Was it different from others? Like, how was it for you, Bella?
Oh my God. Well, I didn't do anything. I went to sleep last night. I got in bed at 9 p.m. Usually I was going through like my Snap memory. Last year I was like in Australia, and then the 2 years before that I was in Canada with like two separate like friend groups. And so this year it was just super bizarre. I mean, I didn't even feel like it was New Year's. I feel like no one felt like it was New Year's. And I was just like ready to wake up today and be in 2021. But I literally don't have plans. I'm just hanging out, eating food, laying low.
Okay. And I love this question, but Bella, you're probably tired of it because everyone always asks you. But for those of you who don't know Bella, she travels a lot. So like, where did this love for traveling come from? Has it always been that way? Did it just like suddenly happen? Like, I don't know, in middle school or high school or something? Like, tell us the story.
Okay. This is a funny. I'm not tired of hearing this question at all. Let's see. So I grew up in Germany actually. So I lived in Germany from when I was like 1 to when I was 6. And I used to travel a lot with my family over there just because it's super set up for that. It's really easy. You know, people just are crossing borders all over the place. It's not a big deal. And so I feel like I came back here and I just expected to do the same thing. But like the US is so not set up for that. Like taking a trip is such like a production. But anyways, and then I realized I just really enjoyed, like, it just makes me really happy being in new places with different people and my friends and, you know, experiencing new things. And so I tried to keep that going as much as I could. And I didn't really have the freedom, like, financially and just, you know, because I wasn't 18 yet until I went to college. So I was really into it, I want to say, like, middle school on, but I couldn't actually do anything until I turned 18. And so it really picked up in college. And I feel really lucky because my best friend, like one of my best friends ever, Emily Kasmark, she's an AKIO, or she was an AKIO. I found her freshman year, and our first trip we did together was Aspen X Games 2017, and like that really just solidified our friendship. And then we never stopped like traveling together. And then for the rest of college, like we would just do weekenders all the time. So I feel lucky in the sense where I found her, and where like I had this job working remotely as a social media manager. To like pay for it. You know what I mean? Like everything just kind of lined up in a good way. But I definitely feel like that kind of lifestyle is just what I'm used to. And I really miss it right now, obviously, because I can't really go anywhere, but I love it.
I feel like this is the longest you've been in one place.
No, literally, I was like looking at my calendar, and for the past 6 years, I wasn't in the same place for like more than 2 months.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like thinking about it, and I was like, I've been here in Seattle now since like March. Like that is literally the longest stretch I've done in years. And this time last year, I think I did like 28 flights or something, like 30 flights in like 3 months. So it was like October through December. Yeah, I did like 30 flights or something. And I was like, wow, look how the tables have turned.
That's so crazy. I would get so tired of flying, personally.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like I got into like the swing of things. I finally got my global entry, and so like it made things a lot easier. But honestly, now that I've been like at home for so long, now I like can't even imagine like going that much. You know what I mean?
I always like nod along and stuff, and then I remember that like people can't hear my head nods, so it just sounds like I'm ignoring.
So I guess with that, with like how much traveling you do you have like a favorite place that you've been to, or like specific like event that a trip was for that you've been to?
So I think my favorite place, I really love Miami. Like, I know that's so weird. I love Miami, and I love London, and I love Melbourne. Like, those are probably my top 3 cities right now. And And let's see, I went to London and Melbourne last year, and I went to Miami this year right before the pandemic hit, like literally March. And those are my favorites. And then event-wise, there was this festival called Pemberton up in Canada, and it literally like died after I went. As in, like, they went bankrupt. they literally went bankrupt, and it never happened again. But like, that was my favorite festival trip, just everything, like, ever. Like, the vibe was so good. I love X Games in Aspen. Like, I'm a sucker for anything in a ski resort.
How much do you ski, Bella?
Okay, well, call me out then. Okay, no, I can ski. I swear, I have skis. I own a pair of skis, and I can ski. It's just I don't actually end up skiing very often. Like last time I was in Whistler in February, my friend and I literally were like, "Oh, we're gonna ski." So we got ski passes, and we got up on the mountain, and we did 1.5 runs. And we called it, and we were just like, that's all. I just like don't have the willpower to do it. Wait, do you guys ski? I can't remember.
I do not.
Yeah, we can get you up there.
My family is not very outdoorsy. I think we went camping once when I was like 4.
Yeah, same. We don't like do that kind of stuff. Like, we've never really done like super wintry things, I guess, or like outdoorsy things.
Yeah, I mean, the most outdoorsy things we do are soccer, so that's about it. But yes, glad to know that you like ski resorts, but not skiing. Or it's not skiing for very long.
That's something I need to like really work on. I was talking to one of my coworkers the other day, and I was like, "Oh, I went to Aspen twice," and she's like, "Oh, do you ski?" And I was like, "Yeah, but both times I was like literally in Aspen, I did not ski." And then I realized I really probably should get it together. It's like the whole point of being there.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So, do you have like a go-to destination, like on a whim, like you're like, oh, I'm free this weekend, let's go here?
Oh my god, yes. Okay, the easiest place for me to get to, because we're based in Seattle, obviously, is Vancouver or Whistler. Like, I go up, pre-pandemic, I would go up like 2 or 3 times a year to Canada, because my best friend lives there, right? So wherever she was, she splits her time between Whistler and Vancouver. So wherever she is, I usually go and we hang out and live our dreams in Canada. But like, it's just such an easy drive. It's just straight up I-5. It's like 3 hours tops.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're in a different city. It's great.
In a different country too.
Yeah, in a different country. No, but like Whistler is definitely like my safe place. Like, whenever I'm having a mental breakdown, I go to Whistler.
Oh my gosh, I've never been, but that sounds fun.
Okay, we're going after the border opens. No, I'm serious. It's like such a healing place. The first time I went, which is like so funny, I think about this all the time, guys, I couldn't get a date to prom. And that sounds literally so pathetic, but it was such a blessing in disguise. And so for prom, instead of having a date, I actually ended up in Whistler.
Oh
and
my
that
gosh.
started this whole thing. Like, I wouldn't be where I am today if that hadn't happened. So anyways, but
Wow. Thanks all the boys at Bella's high school for not asking her to prom. And thanks to all the boys that weren't good enough for her to ask to prom.
I mean, that was already kind of a fun story.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's probably not your like favorite story of traveling. But do you have anything that like really stands out as like a fun, crazy story, or just like something you like to look back on from traveling?
Oh, totally. I have like two of my favorite stories. The first one actually is in Whistler, which is so funny. I went up one summer, just super randomly, and I was like going to see my friend, and I was like staying in her hotel, and what happened even? We went to like locals night at Garfinkel's. If you've been to Whistler, you know Garfinkel's. It's like a club. And I ended up recognizing the DJ, and then I realized that we followed each other on Instagram. And so we ended up like just being like up there with them the whole night. We became friends, and VIP was like directly next to the DJ booth. And so my friend was like, oh, I recognize that guy in VIP. And I was like, oh, who is he? And she's like, oh, he's like the son of this Real Housewife that I watch. And I was like, yo, what? And I don't watch the Real Housewife, so I didn't know what she was talking about. I wasn't really comprehending what was going on. But anyways, we became friends with like all of them, and we ended up just like all spending the night like together, not like that, but like it was just really, really fun and spontaneous. And like I learned a lot about other people. Like we had this really deep conversation and it was just like a very like eye-opening experience. And so that was one of my favorite nights. And now we're friends with like that one DJ and like his friends. And so last time I was in Whistler, they actually stayed with me in my suite because I usually get like a 2-bedroom type deal. And they were playing that weekend up at the club, and they were like, oh, we don't have anywhere to stay. And I was like, you can just stay with me. So now I feel like we're friends forever. And then my other favorite story is Coachella, which I did with Emily also like last year. And we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. Like 2 weeks before Coachella, she was like, hey, do you want to go to Coachella? And I was like, dude, they sold out like a year ago. Like, there's no way we're going to get in. And she was like, oh no, like I know someone who can get us on the list. And I was like, literally what list? And she was like, I don't know, but like, would you be down to just kind of take a risk and like try and see what happens? And I was like, I guess, like worst case scenario, we fly down there, we scalp tickets. So we flew down there the day of Coachella, like that Friday. Gosh. And we were like delusional and so tired because we had like 3 connecting flights from like Spokane or Pullman or something down to literally straight into Palm Springs. It was a disaster. And we got there and she was like, oh, like my person told me to go to these tennis courts. And I was like, why are we going to tennis courts? Like, this doesn't add up. I think we're going to get murdered. But then we go and we get wristbands. And I was not expecting that. Like, I was super not expecting to get wristbands at all. And they're like black. And we were like, what are these? And this guy was like, oh, you're production, right? And we were like, sure. And then we just went with it. And we were trying to get into like GA because we didn't know what they were. And we asked security, we're like, hey, how much farther to GA? Like, this is a hike. And he was like, oh, like we have a different entrance for you. And I was like, oh, okay. So he takes us to this parking lot. Once again, I was like, we are going to die. And there were like so many times that day I really thought we were going to die. And he takes us to this parking lot and I was like, oh, what is this? And he was like, oh, it's artist parking. And I was like, yo, what? And he was like, yeah, just go straight through and you'll be at the artist entrance. And I was like, oh, so that's interesting. And so then we were like walking through. And if you've ever been to a festival, you know, like the lines are so long to get in, like so long. And we get there and there's like literally one person in front of us in line. And we were like, this line is so short, what's happening? And then like more people kind of go to that first person. And then that person turns around and it's literally Gigi Hadid. And we were like, nice. We were like, where are we?
Oh my gosh.
And so it turns out, yeah, we had these basically like artist passes for the whole weekend, which we didn't figure out until like later that day because we didn't know where we were. We ended up in the artist compound and we thought that was like GA, but it wasn't. And anyways, yeah, so it was cool. I think those are 2 of my favorite, like most recent travel stories.
Oh my gosh, I love those. I could never tire of hearing your stories. They're just so fun. And then I'm like, living vicariously through you. I'm like, I'm Bella. I'm at Coachella in the artist lounge.
Literally wild. Like, that, like, would happen to you. I feel like you have, like, great luck when it comes to, like, all things, like, travel and, like, events and stuff.
Most of the time, it's just being in the right place at the right time. Oh my god, guys. Wait, there's another one that just reminded me. Okay, like in October, like last October, I was in LA for a polo match. Literally a polo match. Like, why would I go to a polo match? Okay. So Emily and I literally were skipping school to go to a polo match in LA, which is already so stupid in itself. And one of our really good like mutual friends lives down in LA, and she was like, oh, like, what are you guys up to? Like, let's go to Catch tonight. And we were like, oh yeah, okay, cool. So we went to Catch for dinner, and she was like, oh, like, this guy just invited me onto his boat. Like, do you want to go? And it was dark out, and I was like, I am getting onto a random person's boat in LA. And so I sent Claire, my like Greek twin, I sent her my location. I said, if I don't text you in an hour, I'm getting on a boat. I don't know whose it is. I don't know where I am. And basically I started talking to these guys, and they were like, oh yeah, we're from Australia, we just moved here. And I was like, oh, cool. Why'd you move here? And they were like, oh, we were on this show in Australia, and one of the guys won it. It was like a Love Island type thing, but not, it was like version. Yeah, so we were just like with these 3 guys on this boat, and it turns out like later in April, Too Hot to Handle came out, and my friend sent me the trailer, and I was like, dude, I was on a boat with all these guys. Straight up. And if you watch Too Hot to Handle, which I still have not, it was Bryce's boat. So we were on Bryce's boat with what's that guy's name?
Harry,
with Harry Jowsey and Christian, his like roommate guy. And then that just took me for a loop. Like, I got TikTok famous from that.
that was
the
so
one
funny.
time I went viral. The one time.
Oh my gosh, I love that story so much. When you said, yeah, last October I was in LA, I was like, I know what's gonna happen.
It's just so funny because now like that show was huge, and then now like Harry like just hangs out with like Tana Mojo all the time. So like that's like
Literally.
it's like so wild that like a year later now he's just like with Tana and all these people. And
He was in like a video with like the Zoe 101 cast about like the reboot or something with like JoJo Siwa and other people. I'm like, is he actually someone in like the reboot of this, or is he just randomly in this video?
just, like,
I don't
an
know.
odd D-list celebrity.
Yeah.
Literally crazy. I got the weirdest vibes from him, like, ever.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. I feel like they pick really crazy people for like reality TV.
Yeah.
They'll be like, ooh.
Yeah. No, I just feel like he thinks he's at least a B or probably an A-list celebrity, but he's really like a D-list, maybe C. When Too Hot to Handle was like at its peak, he was a C-list. But
I think like if you're reality TV, you can really never get past C or B. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, reality TV is just not that like high of a level.
yeah, I mean, there are only like a handful of shows that have been around, and it really depends like what kind of reality TV you're talking about. Like, are you talking about like Real Housewives or like AGT, American Idol, you know? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I literally started crying there. That was so funny.
That was just like that was a wild one for sure.
I guess so, kind of along with that, I mean, you kind of touched on it already, like just being in the right place at the right time and kind of like seizing the opportunities. But how do you do like so much traveling? Do you like make connections there? Do you find them beforehand? Like, what goes on?
I think a lot of it is that I have friends in places that are like doing things, right? And sorry, that was vague, but usually I'll try and jump onto like whatever someone else is doing, or I will find an event that I really want to go to. It usually circles around some sort of event, because like, okay, that LA trip was about a polo match, but did I care about the polo? No. But did I end up on Too Hot to Handle's boat? Yes. You know what I mean? Like, I did not mean for that to happen. Same with like Coachella. Like, we didn't expect that to happen. Basically every single trip we go for one reason, which is usually just very like ground level, like, oh, we're gonna go to Aspen for X Games, but then it just turns into something completely different. You know what I mean? So I feel like to some extent you have to like go out and look, but also whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, and like if you just go with it, then usually something interesting happens. But also you have to balance that with safety, because I'm not sounding very safe right now. And it's really important. Like, you cannot just be like yes to everything, because there's definitely some situations we've been in where we're like, yeah, no, we should not do that because we will literally die. So say you meet one friend and they have a friend, and then they take you on to like this other thing, and then you meet more people, and then it snowballs. You know what I mean?
Oh, I need to travel with you. I mean, okay, that not just because of this, but like we've talked about it like at our parking lot hangouts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we absolutely need to. And I swear to God, like, this makes it sound more interesting than it is. I mean, like, half the trip is just like us laying there and just doing nothing, but
No, that sounds fun too.
Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely, like, I feel like you randomly also just, like, stumble into, like, all sorts of, like, opportunities at once, too, because, like, I mean, I traveled a lot more well, not really this last year, like, but, like, before COVID. Like, I went to, like, North Carolina for the first time, and then Texas, so, like, all these crazy places, and I, like, just went there from, like, school, or, like, the sorority sending me, so it's, like, things like that, where it's, like, you have just, like, something that sends you somewhere, and then you just make the most out of it.
No, 100%. And I think it's just like putting yourself in like the right places, because like it's one thing to be in, so like say we all live in Seattle, right? But like we live here, so it's not like we're going to the places where you're gonna like meet people or go to like events, whatever. But when you're on a trip, I feel like you're constantly out, so it's just like, so just go to like places that you know will be fun and that like other fun people will be at, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's just about finding the fun places.
Well, you know what's so funny is like the last time we were in Aspen, we were gonna go downtown and go shopping, and then we were gonna go to the Little Nell and go to Ajax Tavern. But as we were walking to Ajax Tavern, we literally just like heard music and we straight up followed it. Like, I kid you not, like we're walking around Aspen completely just like blind, just following the music, and we ended up at this place called Shlomo's, which is now Snow Lodge. If you know Surf Lodge in the Hamptons, they opened up Snow Lodge in Aspen, and it's like a really cool place. Anyways, so we ended up there, and then I think a lot of it is just kind of following whatever feels right, and like having a plan but not sticking to it, because you're gonna always end up on plan like D. It's never gonna be plan A, B, or C. It's gonna be plan D. And that's where it's at.
I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah, so just like in general, I mean, we've touched on this a little bit just with like how much you've just been in Seattle and haven't been traveling, but just like how has COVID affected you? Did you have any like plans before everything like shut down that like got canceled, and how is like that changing your future plans now? All of it.
Okay, so it's really funny because before COVID, I was starting to think about what I wanted to do as a career. And I mean, you guys know me and you know I'm a disaster. And once again, I did not show up to class as much as I should have. So therefore, I had to switch my major 4 times because I kept flunking out. And I just want to be like completely upfront with everyone. Like, I literally flunked out of business, like sports management, like all this, and I ended up with humanities, and I had to reinstate in the school. I was on academic probation like 6 out of 8 semesters, but I graduated on time. And so obviously I was a little bit of a train wreck, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I didn't know, and like I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna travel, and that's gonna be how I figure it out. And honestly, like I wouldn't trade anything for that time that I traveled, because obviously now you can't do what like I was doing before. And I think I did learn so much like about myself and about the world just by going out there and just like seeing things and being with other people and like trying to gain a little bit of perspective. Right before COVID, like the Coachella thing happened, and I decided I wanted to be in event production. So I was trying to, but obviously events don't exist now, so I had to do a little 180 and turn around. And then so I was like looking into event productions and all that kind of stuff. And then I was like, oh, like what if I just go into productions? And then I did the second season of The Bachelor with you, Issa. Because I did the first season and that was such a disaster that I was like, can we redeem ourselves here? And I think we did.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I loved binging season 1 freshman year in the dorms with Emily. It was great.
I watched season 1 my senior year of high school. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow. Oh my god, you probably thought like that was psycho. So
Big fan.
I love that. And so then obviously I was like, oh, like maybe production or event production. And then I was supposed to go in March. I was supposed to go to Tokyo and Vegas. And obviously those did not happen. I ended up in Miami. And then over the summer I was supposed to go back to Germany and all over Europe just to kind of see the hometown, all that. And that didn't happen also. But like with that, I had these kind of epiphanies, if you will. And I was like, oh, cool. So I'm never going to be able to get a job. I graduated into this. I was planning on moving to a different city. And like I'm so thankful that my family's here and that like I have my family and my home here. Like I feel really lucky, but I did want to move somewhere else, and obviously I had to completely just change my mindset. I think when COVID first hit, I was glad because I was exhausted. I mean, I was literally so exhausted. Like in last October when I was in LA, and then I did so LA, like Vancouver, Hawaii, Sydney, Melbourne, back to Hawaii. And I was just going back and forth from like Seattle because I had like some family stuff going on. So I had to be back here a lot. And I was just completely wiped out by March. And also the Bachelor, that took a lot out of me. And then I was also still traveling. So then I was like in Whistler for a little while. And then I was in, yeah. So I was tired. So I was glad to have a break. But definitely by like July, I was like, I need to leave. And I was like seriously thinking I wasn't going to find a job and stuff. And I got really lucky. And I'm working at a startup right now that does bridesmaids dresses, and which is so ironic because I'm anti-commitment. No, but I like literally love it so much. Like I love everyone that works there. I just feel so lucky to be there. And then like my side thing, which would not have happened if it weren't for this pandemic, was I'm literally trying like on the DL, and like let me tell you, it's not going very well. But I'm in like communication with a few Bravo producers, and I'm trying to cast the Real Housewives of Seattle as we speak.
Oh,
and
yes.
yeah, so that kind of ties back into the production because I was really thinking like, oh, with all this COVID stuff, like production's dead, like it's not gonna happen. And I was just like, okay, well, I will just go into business. I'll go into marketing because I'm doing like customer experience and marketing at my startup. Currently, I'm the intern. And then after the Too Hot to Handle incident, and then I met like the son of the Real Housewife, and he and I had like this like long talk about it. And then like the Bachelor and the Tyler Cameron thing, Issa.
How could I forget? Tyler Cameron, his first Zoom was with us, but then those girls that he Zoomed with afterward got like the news article, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And then he was like, oh, you should do like The Bachelor, and I thought about it, and then I was like, no, I wouldn't survive.
You should have done Matt's season. That would have been so fun.
I literally wouldn't survive. You know, like I would not survive.
Okay, yeah, but also you could have been like, I feel like you could have at least gone to the second week because you'd be like, oh yeah, TC and I, BFFs, first Zoom.
I still want my Bachelorette season.
Yes, so does Tyler.
I'm so offended. So then after like all of that, I was like, oh, like what's my reality TV calling? And you know what's so funny is like I don't watch reality TV. And that's like super not my thing. But then I saw like the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was getting like so much attention. And I was like, bro, if Salt Lake City can do it, Seattle, Washington can do it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then I just DM'd like 30 producers and I was like, guys, why don't we have a Real Housewives of Seattle? Can you make that happen? And they were like, oh, like, yeah, but can you cast it? And I was like, so I'm currently trying to do that right now, and I have like one solid person. I have a lot of people that I want to do it, but like I think they're not comfortable with it, which totally makes sense. So anyways, if anyone listening has anyone they think would be a good Real Housewife in the Seattle area, please DM me because I need a cast.
I would love that. My sister, literally, when you were texting like our little group about it, my sister's like, tell her to cast me. I was like, first of all, you are 15 years old. Second of all, you're not married. Third of all, I don't even know third of all, but it's not gonna happen. She's like, why not? I was like, I just gave you reasons. So if you're really desperate, you can have her.
That's so funny. Yeah, I've never watched Real Housewives. I don't watch a lot of reality TV except like things like Too Hot to Handle, like when they show up on Netflix and they're easy to like binge like really fast or something, or like Love Island.
Yeah, I never even watched Too Hot to Handle.
Oh really?
I did. Yeah, no, I couldn't get into it. Like I don't like drama like that. And I've never watched The Real Housewives either, except for like a few episodes that one kid that I met that he was in. I just, because my friend wanted to show me. My friend was like, no, Bella, like you have to understand like where I'm coming from. And she like showed me the episodes he was in and I was like, oh.
I love that. I'll start watching Real Housewives.
Same.
Yeah, I don't know. It stresses me out, honestly.
Yeah, that's understandable. Oh my gosh. Just thinking about like how stressed I was just being on The Bachelor when that's literally just like a WCU student run production thing. I cannot imagine being on like Real Housewives or like anything like that with producers who are probably a lot scarier or like more intimidating. I don't know, with more on the line.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's why like a lot of people in Seattle like don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I have so many ladies I think would be amazing, but Seattle's just such a private place, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's like super scary to put yourself out there, and obviously like, you experienced that firsthand. Like you put yourself out there, you did it, you know?
Yeah. As we now know, you've been to so many different places. I love that. I want to so bad. But do you have any destinations or events or like literally anything that is on your bucket list?
Yeah. Let's see. I really want to go to Tokyo because I was supposed to go in March and I did not make it. So I still have like air credit and stuff, and as soon as I can, I want to roll over to Tokyo and maybe hit like Singapore and Shanghai, and like I've never been to Asia, which is like crazy because my dad was born and raised in Vietnam and I've never been. So I'm kind of personally offended and I really want to go. And then I really want to go to South Africa. I've been wanting to go to South Africa for like 10 years.
I think that'd be so fun.
Yeah. It's just like very different and I just really want to do that. And then as for like events and stuff, let's see. Coachella was on my bucket list and we crossed that one off. Yay. You know what's so funny? Right here, my mom got me this my bucket list book. And like, okay, no one can see this except for you guys, but like I filled it out before the pandemic hit and I haven't looked at it, but I actually crossed so many things off. Oh, I want to go to the Grand Prix in Monaco because this is so dorky, but like my favorite movie is The Fast and the Furious. And so like I'm really into like that kind of stuff. And then I've been trying to break into this club in London called Annabelle's for like 30 years. I was so close. I was talking to this guy in London. Actually, I went through this phase where I was only talking to British guys because I was like determined. I was like, get me over there. Like, I'm moving. All the guys that I was talking to were, they like belonged to Annabelle's or like went to Annabelle's. Seriously, I mean.
Gosh. I love this.
Wait, that brings me to another story really quick, like side tangent. Okay, so I was talking to like, I don't want to like name names, but he's like an actor. He's like a pretty famous actor. So I was talking to his best friend and we were like texting and stuff, and basically he was like trying to fly me out to like Toronto because he was in Toronto for a show, and I was like, no. And then we were talking for like so long, and then he got a girlfriend. He blocked me, and I was like, sir, like, I was not trying to I was not trying to date you, like, calm down.
Like, if anyone was trying to date, it was him.
I was just like, oh, I think our signals got crossed here anyways. And so he blocked me when he got this girlfriend. And then I swear to God, it was a year later, and like this was last semester. Issa, this was in like March when the pandemic hit, or like February. It was before the pandemic. So February 2020, he freaking unblocked me and refollowed me. And I was like, go away.
Oh my gosh.
Like, just, I don't know. So yeah, so anyways, back to Annabelle's. Yes, so that was on my bucket list, and I was talking to this other guy who actually had a house in Whistler, and that was like the connection. And we were like, oh, like, let's party in Whistler. And then I was like, I'm trying to get into Annabelle's, and he's like, I've been a member since birth. So and I was like, well, but we don't talk anymore, and now I'm stuck in the US. So
Well, just start talking. Be like, hey, missed you, missed our talks. Hope you're doing well. And then just like talk.
no, once the doors close, the doors close.
Oh my gosh, Bella, stop. You're not the one to say that. Oh my gosh, no way.
I do not like I don't like reopening doors. I do not.
Lord.
Wait, do you guys know what Soho House is? Okay, it's like a members only club, but there's like locations all over the world, and I'm trying to join. But you need like a recommendation, so I'm also, that's another bucket list fun thing for me that I'm trying to figure out.
Hey, maybe Tyler Cameron's a member. You could definitely get a recommendation from him.
I definitely could not.
Oh my gosh, shut up, Bella. Do I need to show you the tapes? I literally fell in love with Tyler Cameron as soon as he stepped on screen. But all of my friends, because I like went with my, or went to like one of my friends' houses to watch it, and all my friends were like, he just looks high all the time. I was like, oh, but he's so fine.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I guess like kind of on the little tangent of you talking to boys and men across the world, you always talk about how you get dating apps, but for content only. Like, you don't actually want to talk to anyone, but you love the content. Like, what does that mean?
Oh my God, this is horrible. I'm gonna sound like a horrible human. Okay, I'm just gonna be straight up though. So
Hopefully none of them hear this.
dude, I have massive commitment issues, as we all know. And I've literally never had a boyfriend. I just physically, I cannot do it. I can't do it. Like, I just can't imagine liking one person enough to just be with one. Like, that's a wild to me. Like, hopefully I get there one day. I need a therapist, honestly. But in the state of the world, it's kind of like the last thing that I'm focusing on. But yeah, so obviously during like quarantine, I feel like everyone got Tinder or whatever because everyone was like sad and lonely and bored. But I always get dating apps, and I never last longer than like 24 hours because it actually stresses me out so much. But whenever I get them, I like to just kind of mess around and talk to I never meet up with people. That's like my number one no. But it's always nice to just kind of like talk to random people and see what's happening out there in the world and like see who's out there, honest to God. totally like entertaining. Like you get the most interesting like pickup lines, you get the most interesting people. Like I think one time I put like got kicked off the Fratchler twice, and then this guy from UW was trying to say like he was the Fratchler of UW because they like did like a version of what we did.
Oh yeah.
And I watched it because I was trying to figure out who this guy was, and it was horrible. Like I know ours was bad, but theirs was like horrible. And I was like, this is so tragic. And that was like a really funny one, and I didn't even like match with him because I was just like too close to home. I was like, I don't think either of us need to relive that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but like usually it's just to see what's happening and to gain some perspective. What I've learned is that guys can't hold a conversation until they're 30. Because I also, before the British guy phase, I went through this phase where I only talked to like 30-year-olds. I go through like these horrible phases of talking to like boys that are all like kind of in the same caliber. So the first phase was athletes, and it started with professional skiers when I was going between Whistler and Aspen. Like I was talking to this one Olympic skier and this other, like a few that were competing in X Games that lived in Whistler. And like one of them actually stopped skiing and became a model. And then he ended up modeling with one of my other model friends. And I was like, wait, I know that guy. Anyways, okay, side tangent again. Sorry. Okay, anyways. And so then I went to a few tennis tournaments, and I was talking to these two tennis players, like professional tennis players. If you know Christina Mladenovic or like Dominic Thiem, they were dating at the time, but it was her brother and this other guy, and they were super sleazy, and that was icky. Like they both tried to get me to come because we were all staying in the same hotel, and so I met them at my hotel. And they both tried to like get me to come to their rooms, and I was like, no, no. I was like, I'm in danger. So that was the tennis story. And then skiers are just, they're really all over the place. They can't keep up. And then I lived in the football dorm freshman year. Absolute train wreck, let me tell you. Football players and I are not one. And we reconfirmed that in the beginning of this year. And so athletes, that was the first phase. And then the second phase, I would like to say, was like 30-year-olds. So then I was talking to this news anchor, and I think he was like 12 years older than me. And like, honestly, he was nice, but he, too old. Too old for me. But then I realized like 30-year-olds are the only ones that can really hold a conversation for real. And that was an interesting experience. And then, oh yeah, and then I got into like DJs for a little bit before. And I was, I don't know, trying to like insert myself into the DJ realm because I thought I wanted to be a DJ. That was really early on in the Yaden career. And then I started talking to the British guys who was like, that one was an actor, and then this other one's like a rapper. It's a little all over the place, but regardless, I'm just gonna say I haven't found my place yet.
Maybe you just haven't found the right category yet.
I have not found the right category yet, and I'm working on it, but it's hard, you know?
That's
and then
so
I guess
crazy.
the reality TV stars would kick in. That was like the last one.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
That's probably like the number one to like stay away from. I feel like it's reality
100%.
TV stars. Don't
Dude,
want anything.
red flags everywhere. Like that one I was talking to, like we literally spent like an entire night together. Not like nothing happened. We just talked all night. Like we went back to like the hotel and we just talked all night, and like we were both just like talking about our lives, and we actually had so much in common, but like so damaged. Like reality TV stars damaged. I don't know. Like it was, yeah.
I'm like kind of scared of reality TV stars, to be honest.
I'm with you. I'm with you there.
I guess this is very unrelated, but very different topic. But oh, I mean, you kind of talked about this already. But just like what you've been up to since graduation. Is there any like dreams of yours you're wanting to follow? I know you kind of started figuring out kind of what you wanted to do with your career a little bit. Just anything that you've been up to since graduation.
I think for me, it's just like I want to get myself into like a good place, and I kind of want to figure out like I'm not sure, like kind of what I want to do, and just get my like health in order. You know what I mean? Like mental health, not that I have any mental health problems, but like I definitely have some things I need to figure out, as I think we all do. So I think it's just kind of focusing on stabilizing in that sense. I want to buy a condo, so I think that's going to be kind of my next big thing. Of course, I want to travel and party and stuff, but that's not not really happening right now. And you know what's crazy is like I was thinking about it, and my whole identity before the pandemic was like I was in college, I was a student, and then I was in a sorority, and then I went out like all the time, and then I traveled all the time. And it's like, and I went out to eat all the time. And that was literally the whole me. And all at once, like couldn't travel, can't go out. I graduated. So I just kind of, it's not that I lost myself, it's just a big transition, and nothing is the same. Like on top of graduation, it was like I lost kind of all my hobbies also, if that makes sense. So I think I'm just trying to figure out like my new reality and just what to do with myself and career paths and that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't talk. I just lost my train of thought. But do you have any like favorite or best or just like any moment from your 4 years of college that like stick out to you? Or
Oh, 100%. Syllabus week my freshman year, fall semester, was incredible because like we obviously went on like a bunch of moratoriums throughout the whole time I was there, but like 2016 fall semester was like insane. That was like so much fun. And then both seasons of The Bachelor. I mean, the first one hurt me a little bit, but the second one was really fun. And now I have a little.
True. I kept telling you that you couldn't just ask him, you had to tell him.
I know, he like didn't want to be my little at first. I was like, bro, like
Oh, that was so funny. So yeah, good.
That was my fave. And what was so cute about that was like it was just such a special thing to Pullman. Like no one outside of Pullman ever will know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
So with that, with like all your favorite college memories, do you have any like words of wisdom or like advice to, I don't know, people in college or like I don't know.
Okay, well, mine might be a little unconventional, but I have a lot of advice to give, and take it as you will. But I say, I mean, the first point is that the timing of things is never going to be perfect. So if you want to do something, just do it. Like, yes, I almost flunked out of school for traveling as much as I did, but now we're in a pandemic and you can't do that. So like, am I so glad that I did that? Yes, absolutely. And I would say that, you know, if you just want to do something, literally do it. And don't take life too seriously, because then you'll miss out on things. Like you just have to say yes and just go with it, and kind of just not overthink it too much, which is hard because I definitely feel like it's easy to get in your head, but just do whatever you really want to do. You know?
I love that so much.
And like literally the only person who's stopping you is you, and also the only person that can help you is you. Like, there's literally nothing you cannot do. You just have to do it. And that's confusing, but I swear it works. Like, there's so many situations I've been in where it's like, am I really supposed to be there? Not really, but I am, you know? Like, was I supposed to be on stage at Coachella? No. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I got on stage by accident.
Of course, I swear, you're like the only person that can be like, yeah, I don't know how I found myself here, but I'm on stage at Coachella right now.
Like, Emily and I were testing our wristbands, and we just kept going past checkpoints and checkpoints and checkpoints, and no one was stopping us. And we ended up on stage during Fisher's set, weekend 1, and then his like crew was looking at, like, staring at us, and we panicked and we ran away. But anyways, was I supposed to be there? No. But did I do it? Yes. No. I'm saying there's nothing you can't do.
I hope one day, like, this pod is just so massive and then people are listening and be like, oh my gosh, that's who it was.
That'd be so funny.
Okay, so final part of our little interview thing. Final part of our guest interview is always this or that. So Bella, we've got some this or that's lined up for you. Yeah, so rapid fire this or that. Here we go. First one. Aspen or Whistler?
Oh, that's horrible. Whistler, because I'm loyal and my Canadians win always.
Love that. Okay, the next one is Ship or Tinder?
Oh, Tinder, because you can just fuck around. Mess around.
Domestic or international?
International, always. I want to live half domestic, half international. Like, I want to have 2 houses and be half. But international.
Okay, next is Coachella or X Games?
Ooh, that's so hard. Like, Coachella's so... Okay, so Coachella weekend 1, no. Coachella weekend 2, like, because everyone's just like a freaking influencer. Like, it's not fun. But that's the only one I've been to. So I'm assuming Coachella weekend 2 is, like, really chill and fun. But I would definitely choose X Games just because the crowd that goes is just, like, down to party and, like, live life. And Coachella is a little bit more contrived, and I don't love that.
Instagram or Snapchat?
Instagram.
Driver or passenger?
On my Fast and the Furious stuff, it's driver because I like to drive like a great car driver.
Travel forward in time or back in time?
Probably forward because I want to see what's going to happen. Like, I'm so curious.
So then the last one is UK or Australia?
I like how chill everyone is in Australia, but it's in the middle of nowhere. So I would say UK because it's a really good travel point to the rest of the world.
Okay, well, that brings us to the end of, like, the interview thing, but it also brings us to Song of the Week. Sam, what's your Song of the Week?
Okay, my Song of the Week is called The City by Ella Jane. She's really, like, small. She's super cool, and she actually commented on my TikTok because she, like, made this, like, dance as, like, a joke to, like, a sad Taylor Swift song, and I, like, did it, and then she commented on it, and it was amazing. And I, like, fangirled. But yeah, it's a really good song, and I highly recommend.
My Song of the Week, and honestly just of all time, it's Right Here by Drake and Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
That is my all-time favorite song. I have not stopped listening to it since 2012. I love it.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, kind of on that note, mine is Anyone by Justin Bieber. And I really wish I was kidding when I say this, but I almost started crying when I listened to it. It's so good, and it's obviously Justin Bieber, but it also kind of sounds like he's exploring sound, and it's just really good, and I'm super excited to see what comes next from him. But yeah, Anyone by Justin Bieber, really good. I really like it. Bella, thank you so much for being a guest on the pod this week.
It was a lot of
fun. Thank you guys so much for having me.
No, of course. You're literally welcome anytime. But just be like, hey, I want to be on the pod. And we'll be like, okay.
I will always want to be on your pod. If you ever need someone, I'm always here. Like, so much fun. I love talking to you guys.
Oh my gosh. I loved it. It was so good. And I feel like, I mean, I did already know, like, a lot of the stories, but just because, like, we are friends and we talk about them a lot. But I always learn something new from you and about, like, just your adventures. And it's it was just such a pleasure to talk to you and have you talk to us and like divulge secrets that aren't really secret, but yeah. So everyone listening, you know, just casually make sure to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, let you know other people can find us, and tell your friends to listen to this episode because Bella is so great. She's got a world of influence, a wealth of knowledge. Yeah, it was so good. Again, like I'm probably gonna listen to this and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't even hear that part. And whatever streaming platform you use, like make sure you subscribe so you know when an episode comes out. But yeah, so I'm super happy to be ending the first pod episode of the year this way on such a great note, and I just cannot wait for what the year has to bring us.
Happy New Year. Like, so glad that we're in 2021 now. Yay.
Literally could not be happier, could not agree more with everything Issa said, with what you said about being happy to be in 2021. So excited. But yeah,
100% agree. 2021 is going to be a good year. And so Sam and Bella, I just hope you guys both just have a really great rest of your day.
Thanks, Issa, and likewise to you all.
Bye.